Thanks for watching this video. Today we're going to go through the basic maintenance and cleaning of your secateurs. The things that you will need is some hot water, a nylon scourer for a Teflon type blade, a black blade, steel wool if it's a normal steel blade, a lubricant, and a cloth, and in this case a bin, which I'll show you why we need that later. And then I've put a piece of cardboard down just to protect the surface underneath so I don't damage it. Okay, the first part of the process is getting the blade clean. If you simply put the secateur, the front of the secateur, into hot water and leave it for say 5 minutes, what you're going to do is any sap, etc. from your plants, trees that you're cutting that builds up on the blade is going to soften, and also in the anvil part here. And once we've softened it, we use simply, on this case, because that has a Teflon type product, we're going to, with the scourer, and it's going to remove all of the rubbish off the blade, and then simply wipe down in the anvil part with it as well, and that's going to take out any residue that's left in there as well. Just give it a simple dry with a cloth, being careful of the blade at all times, that it doesn't cut you. The next part is lubricating and cleaning the secateur. In the case of the 2WP International product, it's simply holding it over a bin, and then we're going to spray with a liberal spray inside there. Hold it up, point down, and work it backwards and forwards. There's two things that we're doing here, is that the lubricant is going around all of the moving parts, and then secondly, any rubbish that's inside the secateur is being washed out the front. And that's evident in this one by that black stain that's coming down the front there. Give it a wipe, again, being careful of the blade. Just get the excess off. So now the secateur is working properly. I get so many that come in that squeak and squawk because they've never been lubricated, or they've used the wrong lubricant, often case oil. Because when you're out in the garden, you're cutting, you put it down, you pick it up, you put it down. And the amount of rubbish that I often find stuck inside, stuck to just oil, is quite incredible. The last process of this is to sharpen the secateur. What I'm using here today is our product that we've, over lockdown, we've finished the design and commercializing it. And it works as simple as this. This goes all the way, the sharpening point goes all the way into the V of the secateur. And it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Close the secateur up. Again, just giving it a wipe over. Put it away, and the next time you want to use it, it's going to be like a new product again. The next one that I would like to show you is a bypass secateur. Simpler than the 2WP International product, but still with the same problems as far as maintenance and cleaning. So I'm just going to pop that into the water, and again I recommend 5 minutes. This one's not that dirty. Then I'm going to pull it out, and then because there's no Teflon, it's just steel, I can use steel wool. And the steel wool is going to take off the residue that's been left behind by plants. One thing that really stops a bypass secateur working properly is they end up getting a ridge just along here, whether it be a secateur or a lopper or a head shear. They build up a ridge of the sap out of the plant, tree, bush, and when the two blades come together, it actually forces the blade apart. Bypass works exactly like your scissor at home, so you need the two blades to be touching, just touching each other. With the rubbish on that blade there, it pushes them apart so you don't get a clean cut. So again, just wiping over, being careful of the blade, right, with some steel wool, turn it over, do the other side. And then the bottom handle. And just give it a light rinse in the water, just to take the rubbish away, and then give it a wipe, just to get the excess water off of it. With this type of secateur, all we're really concentrating on doing is lubricating the pivot. So this point here where the two parts pivot against each other, and the spring. So it's as simple as a light bit of lubricant there, and just tilt it back so that it goes into the pivot point, and a little bit on the spring. Just a light amount on the spring. Again, now working that backwards and forwards, so what we're doing is we're getting the lubricant to run into the pivot, the blade and the bottom anvil pass each other, and also it works through the spring. Pull it out, wipe it clean, now for sharpening it, we have a separate sharpener, which is a bypass sharpener. Simply hold the secateur with one hand like that, putting the sharpener all the way into the V, and then simply lightly dragging it down. This secateur is now cleaned, it's lubricated, and it's sharp. And again, the best time is when you've finished your prune. Only need to do it 2 or 3 times a year, but when you take it out to use it next time, it's going to work like a new secateur. Thanks for watching.